They just bailed on the ladies. Hey, welcome to a tiny Carl's Quest episode. So I'm out on a little mini adventure, and the reason I'm here is because recently I got really into the idea of starting hunting in Sweden. And so my relatives in Iceland back home, where I used to live 15 years ago, a lot of them hunt, and they hunt grouse up in the mountains. It's a really active hunting. It just feels really exciting. And then kind of the hunting that happens in my area here has been quite uninspiring, like shooting deer from a tower, like driving out to the forest, walking 10 meters, sitting in a tower, shooting a deer. Not interested in that. But then in the last years, just the amount of pheasants and rapshön, I think it's partridge. Going through my garden. So I'm getting really interested, and the plan is kind of in the spring to take my hunting license. I live out in the countryside. I'm married to a woman. Her parents are farmers, like generational farmers, and they own a bunch of land and forest, and we so have a lot of access that I should be using. Now, what are we doing today? So we are like basically in my backyard. This is the forest behind my property. So, and there's a lot of pheasants. Mostly of them like in front of my house. Like literally, like behind, like I'm gonna be looking up, can I shoot pheasants in my garden? I think my wife is gonna be not happy about that. But and we're probably not gonna shoot the big male rooster that lives in the tree behind us house, because he's like a pet now. But there's a lot of hens that are in this area, so I kinda wanna hunt them, and then I wanna get some rap hunts, and then maybe in the future deer, and a couple of different types of them, like kronhjort, and then like rådjur. It's like, yeah, we can also just put the name, because this I have no idea what's called in English. But so yeah, just Carl's Quest, another quest for me. Sneak around here a little bit and see if we can find some pheasants, because I saw a bunch of them yesterday, but it was Christmas Day and I didn't really have time to be sneaking around. You know, like already see, it's talking about other animals. So many deer tracks here. Kind of like the edge of where we clear, and then in the summertime we have grazing cattle here. They would like, this is a good place for them to go around, and they also have some cover because the hazel bouquets, like we call them here. You can see the distance. We're gonna sit down here. A little raised off the ground, and we're gonna watch and see. There's a lot of animal tracks here. There's a question if we could spot a pheasant or rapshöns, because I can't imagine that they're just gonna go into my garden and into the neighbor's garden, into the next garden, because I've seen them cross the field into the forest line. Just this question if they're in the woods right now, because it's too bright outside, or they're traveling out here. And we can go here, this area, and then I'm just gonna head back. And we came from there, and then we can take the wider bend around the fields behind the house and see if they're back out on the field. You can see pretty clear tracks. I do not know if this is a deer or if this is a yurt, or is it just like pooling maybe? But you see this animal track, and it goes right through the tight part here. This wood behind me stretches for maybe a kilometer before it reaches a path, and then another kilometer. That path is like really small path that goes through the woods here. I used to run it a lot, but if you just have some elevation to shoot from. I was thinking about those stone piles. These piles, you see these walls here. Used to be a lot more of these, because back in the days the farmers would I think just manage the field much more intelligently. So they had fewer animals, the animals were smaller, but they still would make the fields that they grazed on just much smaller, and then graze them for a shorter time, and then move them between like grazing squares, I guess you could say. And there's some permaculture people that do this today, just like grazing a small herd for a week or two, and then moving them, and then moving them, and moving them, and just bringing them back 2 months later when the field has like recuperated. It's a much smarter way to do it than grazing them for 2 months and then moving them, and then it takes much longer for the field to recuperate. It's pretty cloudy and overcast, but it's still nice to be out. These places here where I am walking, I do not mind having gators. Just if you have waterproof pants, then like this is just gonna ruin them. So gators are like a must, I feel like. So yeah, I'm kind of just like, I'm gonna keep walking. Of course, I'm making all the noise in the world because I'm talking to a camera and being loud. And it's a nice little walk after my late breakfast, and checking out for some birds. It'd be cool to walk here and like get a pheasant, get a pheasant or two, and then you head back home. Should I get like a fancy English shooting jacket? I think maybe that's a must. Hope I'm also not overexposing the shot. I'm learning so much every day, and maybe a bit of overloading, because you know it's a lot of information and you don't always get everything right. Master of none. Yeah, let's keep walking. Well, I just heard a pheasant, or pheasant. Or pheasant. I just heard him, and yeah, he's just probably in the garden of my neighbor, because they're so used to us here. At least the males seem to be a little less careless. But let's see if I can get close enough to take a look. It's kind of funny that you see them all the time in my garden, but then I go out to look for them. I can't find a single one. Uh, but it's too late in the day. It's nearly lunchtime. I should have been here like right after the first light. Let's see if I can find this pheasant. The pheasant. Is there a reason why those names are so close? Let's see what we can find. Yeah, I found the pheasants, the males at least, and of course they're hiding in the backyard of my parents-in-laws or my in-laws. Right in there. They just bailed on the ladies. I guess that's kind of smart evolutionary wise, because the rooster kind of is the same. He just keeps the predators away long enough for the chickens to run away. Oh, there we go. We've got a hen. Yeah. All the wind is picking up and I have no mic cover. Let's just say mission accomplished. We went out, went into the woods, didn't see a single pheasant, and walked back home. And then as soon as we get to the gardens, the farms, we find the pheasants. So yeah, I gotta get a silence 22. And it's just shoot them from the back door. Yeah. But thank you for watching this. If you're watching this, it's just a tiny baby episode, unplanned. Thursday, Friday, coming now in the week. It's 6 to 8 degrees, so it might be around the same in the water. Give me a bit of a chance of going fishing. I ordered new waders, but I'm gonna have to see if the repair I did on my neoprene waders is gonna hold up for like an hour, so we can go out fish for a bit. But until the next time, have a good everything. So goodbye.